Hey guys, Vibrant here. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel for another video. I'm going to put timestamps below because before we get into the tier ranking, I'm going to announce the giveaway winner. So if you want to skip this part, just feel free to skip this part. But the winner of the Blue Box manga was Delaney is Brain Dead. So congratulations. Comment below either your Instagram handle. You can do like, if you have like a TikTok account, you can do like your email, or you can join the Discord and message me on Discord. And then the winner of the Lloyd figure is Stuff775, which I think you are already in the Discord. But let me know if that's you that's in the Discord or not, because you can just message me on Discord. So congratulations to both of you. I just did everyone's name who entered in like a random spinner, so these are just totally random, but congratulations. But let's get into the tier ranking. Okay, so I'm gonna now be tier ranking every shonen and seinen manga that I've read before. I think this is everything that I've read. I've never really kept track of like any manga that I've read before, so this should be everything. These are all my own opinions, so nobody come for me, please. And no spoilers in the comments for people who haven't like finished any of these series yet. But feel free to leave a comment below how you would have ranked these, or if you like agree with me or if you disagree with me, totally fine with that. But let's get into the tier ranking. Okay, so for the tier ranking, I have love, great, good, wouldn't read again, and drop. So obviously wouldn't read again is the series that I didn't think anything was like special about them, or just wasn't anything that I was like I really liked. And then these are the mangas that we're working with. So we will start with Spy Family since it's right up top. Spy Family, I think, is such a great series. I think it's a great series for beginners. I'm also going to be looking at these mangas as a whole, so every single arc either that I have read or whatever. I was keeping up with Spy Family as it was coming out, but the arc when we got into Becky's like butler's backstory and then the headmaster's backstory, I stopped keeping up with it at that point. That was just very drawn out to me. Sometimes I feel like Spy Family loses the plot, so I want to put it at either low great or high good. I think I'm gonna do high good for now. Next, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Love this one. I've also been keeping up with this as it has been coming out online. So I've read more like past the physical releases. So this is definitely going to be a love for me. Cowboy Bebop manga. I enjoyed the manga. I recently found out that this isn't something that people like. It has nothing to do with the anime, so if you are a huge fan of the anime like myself, this is like doesn't follow the ending of the anime, and it's basically just like short stories of them like going on adventures. I think it's good. Would I put it above Spy Family? Probably not. For Assassination Classroom, I love Assassination Classroom. I think the story's amazing. I think the characters are great. The ending is great. So it's going to be a love for me. I think I'll put it behind Fragrant Flower. I think that's a good spot for it. The Drifting Classroom, I actually dropped this one. I gave it, I think, like 3 volumes. By the way, every manga that I'm ranking on here, I have to have read at least 3 volumes of it. So some of the stuff, like in my most recent video when I read your guys' recommendations, if I didn't read past 3 volumes, it's not going to be on here. But I did drop The Drifting Classroom. I think the whole concept is amazing. I like the idea that it's like a bunch of young kids stuck with older adults in like this terrible situation, and the adults kind of just like lose their minds and are like killing the children. It's crazy. I love the concept of it, but it didn't hook me to keep me reading it. So I did end up dropping that. Death Note. I recently just finished reading the manga. I've watched the anime before, but based off the manga, I think it's great. I think that's going to be my first great, will be Death Note. I really do. I really did enjoy the whole thing. Light, I think, is such a great character, and a lot of people don't like how after L dies that like he's not there anymore and then the kids take over. But after reading the manga, I didn't have a problem with it. Maybe like the anime just didn't handle it that well, I don't know, but after reading the manga, I had no issue with Nier and Mello coming in. Then we have Jujutsu Kaisen. So I have completed Jujutsu Kaisen, so I've completely finished it. So like I said, no spoilers for anybody who has not finished it. I wanted to love Jujutsu Kaisen. I did. The best arcs to me are Hidden Inventory, Shibuya, and the Culling Games. The very beginning of Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel like there's nothing special about it. You know, regular, Yuji's just like a regular MC. Power system is just kind of the same within all the shonen titles. After Culling Games, I think Jujutsu Kaisen lost the plot. I think Gege was rushing, and granted, I know there's a thing that they say like people who read Jujutsu Kaisen don't read. I am one of those people because when there's just too many words, I just kind of skim through them. So it wasn't even like it was catching me anymore. After one point, I would skip ahead for this because this is slight spoilers. After one point, it was just everyone was just taking Sukuna on one-on-one. It was just very repetitive. So I'm gonna have to put Jujutsu Kaisen at good, but I think I'll put it above Spy Family. I still do enjoy it, but I wanted to love it. I just don't. For Blue Lock, that's definitely going into love. If you guys watch me, you guys know I love Blue Lock. And it's funny because there's nothing special about Blue Lock. I feel like it's a very basic sports series. Like the only different thing is it's kind of like a battle royale, but for some reason I just love Blue Lock. Like I love all the characters, so Blue Lock is a love for me. Next is Tomo-chan is a girl that is also a love for me. The panels are different. It's like 4 panels per page, so it's not like a typical manga with like multiple panels on it, but this is such a funny like rom-com. I love Tomo-chan as a girl, so that's a no-brainer. Then we have Tokyo Revengers, which I actually just recently finished, and I've been debating on putting this at great or good, right? Because do I think it's better than Jujutsu Kaisen? No. But I feel like I enjoy Tokyo Revengers more as a whole compared to Jujutsu Kaisen. So that's the only thing that's make me want to put it in great. So I think I will put it in great, but below Death Note. The only thing also with Tokyo Revengers, it got a little repetitive for me. Like there was no need for that to be 31 volumes in my opinion. But I don't think there was a single arc that I could say that like was terrible, you know? So overall, I don't think it's better than Jujutsu Kaisen, but I enjoyed it more than Jujutsu Kaisen. Full Metal Alchemist, love. Like I said, if you guys watch me, you know that's a love. Nothing else needs to be said about that. Next is Ajin, and unfortunately that's gonna go in would not read again. Nothing wrong with Ajin inherently, it's just nothing special about it. This boy has regeneration powers and he's fighting some other guy that has regeneration powers, and also gives like a Tokyo Ghoul type of vibe, but I think Tokyo Ghoul is better than Ajin, so I will do not read again for that. Then we have The Summer Hikaru Died, which totally has the potential to be in great or love, but I think it's gonna have to go with good. I'll put it behind Spy Family. I think that's a good spot for it. The artwork is amazing. I am really excited for the anime adaptation. It's just sometimes it just gets kind of boring and slow. I wish it would really focus on, because it's about this boy whose friend went missing, and then his friend comes back, like his friend's missing like for some months, and then his friend comes back, but the boy is like, you're not Hikaru. So it's this monster that comes back instead of Hikaru. So the boy's trying to figure out like what happened to Hikaru. So it is like such a good premise, but I feel like it's just so slow at times that it really could be great. So I've only read the first 4 volumes. I don't know how much is out after that, but I really think that has potential to be great. Then for Kagurabachi, I dropped this one. I tried giving it 2 to 3 volumes, I think. And I couldn't. I can see how it's popular, because the main character, his ability is pretty cool, like the goldfish. It's just the artwork is so simple and boring, but then the mangaka would go like crazy on the background. But then like the character just, I don't know. I just, you know. Then Killing Stalking. This would be in Wouldn't Read Again. I think the story was actually a good story, and I did end up binging this like that. But I would never read this again. Like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for that. Love Hina. I did drop this one as well. I gave it a couple volumes, but there wasn't anything that like really grabbed me to keep reading it. I thought it was like a cute, fun story about this guy who now runs this all girls, like, I think they all live together, based like an inn, I guess you could say. I wanted to like it because, you know, it's older Tokyo pop, but didn't really get me enough to keep going with that. Skip and Loafer is going to be a love. I just realized I wasn't putting all my loves in order, so Full Metal is gonna go first. Skip and Loafer, I think I'll do third. Okay, I think that's how I would do it. So Skip and Loafer, another love for me. This is my favorite friend group. Like, that friend group is amazing. I love how it also focuses on each like character as an individual, and they all kind of grow and like I don't know. I just love it. I like lost of words right now, but I do. I really love that one. Then for My Dress Up Darling, I want to love My Dress Up Darling, but there's just too many arcs that I don't enjoy. So I do think I'll put it in great. I think I do like it more than I did like Tokyo Revengers. I'll put it above Death Note. Yeah, there's a couple arcs that I just didn't care for at all. I don't think they were necessary. But I stopped reading this as it was being uploaded online, so I was caught up past to what's like physically released. But I think high great for My Dress Up Darling is good. Then we have Boys Abyss, which I loved Boys Abyss, so that will go, I'll put it behind Blue Lock. Boys Abyss is such an amazing story about this boy who's in this town, and the town is kind of just like shitting on him. He really needs to get out of this town. Like, all of his intimate relationships are just too toxic, and you just really want the best for him, but he just can't leave. So he meets this girl from out of town, and she kind of wants to commit suicide, and he's totally fine with committing suicide, like a lover's suicide pact with her. But then his teacher ends up stopping him, and then this teacher becomes super crazily obsessed with him. So that's a good read if you're into like psychological thriller type of stuff. Then for One Piece Ace's story, that's gonna go at the bottom of good. There's nothing different about it compared to the anime. At the time when I had read Ace's story, I was almost done with his arc in the anime, and it's basically the same exact thing. There's only like a couple different events or a couple extra events added in, so it's not great. I think it's just good. I would read it again, so that's why I'm not going to put it in wouldn't read again, but I don't think it's anything that was like crazy about it. Sweat and Soap. I had dropped Sweat and Soap. I can see why this is very popular, right? I can see why people love Sweat and Soap. For me, it was very rushed. I don't have any problem with people getting together quickly, but I found out that it was originally supposed to be a one-shot. I think it should have stayed that way. Just because after the third volume, it just was like, where are they going from here? And there's like 11 volumes. So I don't know what else, like what other trials and tribulations they could have that would like keep me engaged. Just because I felt like it would just be a bunch of nonsense. Plus, his whole sniffing her fetish was a little too weird for me, which is funny because I can read like anything. So I think that was interesting. No hate to anybody that, you know, loves Sweat and Soap, because I can see why people like it. It's just for me, I didn't enjoy it at all. Zom 100. I dropped that as well. I got up to, I think, where they were like in the dinosaur museum. So I don't know what volume that is, maybe like 9 or something. But I really loved this at first. I love zombie things, so Zom 100 was like perfect. And then again, another thing that I just felt like is super repetitive. I understand the end goal is them finding, was it finding a cure? Was that their end goal for this? I know they wanted to find his parents and they did that, but I think they wanted to like travel across Japan for some reason. I can't remember because I dropped it a little bit ago. But after, like, it would just be them stopping somewhere, getting into some type of trouble, and then leaving. And then them stopping somewhere, getting in some type of trouble, and then leaving. So I just felt like it was getting like super repetitive to where I just didn't enjoy it anymore. I think there's 18 volumes of this. I don't think there's any need for 18 volumes. I think this could have been wrapped up perfectly in like 10 volumes, but that's just me. I think it was fun for the time being, but I won't be continuing to read that, unfortunately. And then the very last thing on the list, Goodnight Pun Pun. I know people are gonna hate me for this, but I would not read Goodnight Pun Pun again. I am all for, I told you guys, I can read anything. So I am all for anything, like suicide, sexual harassment, whatever, all that stuff, because that is very, all those themes are very present in Goodnight Pun Pun. It just was a weird story to me, and I'm not good at interpreting things. So like the whole God thing being that guy's head, and then I don't know, it was weird. It was really weird. I don't think it's a bad story, and again, this is something that I can see why people really love it, but I think it would be great for people who can interpret things well instead of just like taking it for face value. So I wouldn't read it again. Just wasn't anything special to me. Most of the time I was like, what the hell is going on? But that is it. So leave a comment below letting me know if you would change anything about my list, or let me know where you guys would put some of these things on your list. Next, I'll be doing a tier ranking shoujo josei manga. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.